Make me king as we move toward a new world order.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Eminem, also known as Slim Shady, is loved and praised by almost every hip-hop fan across the globe. Some people even go as far as to say that Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. But did Eminem become a rap phenomenon by being an amazing young and talented lyricist? Or is there a more darker and scary explanation to Eminem's rise to fame? Did Marshall Bruce Mathers III sell his soul to the devil to become the self-proclaimed rap god? Today on Up TV, we are going to examine the life and rap career of Eminem to find out if Slim Shady is just a character created in the mind of Eminem for your entertainment, or is Slim Shady an Illuminati MK Ultra control puppet of Satan. So follow me as we attempt to connect the dots and discover the real satanic truth about Eminem. My name is Devin Worlds, and this is Music to be Murdered By.
Hey, hold on a minute, yo. Detroit, what? Detroit, what?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Detroit, babies.
Marshall Mathers, also known as Eminem, is one of the most successful musical artists of the 21st century. And as of today, it seems as if he has no plans of ever stopping. With hit records like My Name Is on his second studio solo album, The Slim Shady LP, to his most recent hit songs like Rap God from his 10th solo studio album Kamikaze, along with the song Godzilla featuring Juice WRLD, which appeared on his 11th solo studio album Music to be Murdered By. Eminem has shown his fans, along with other rappers and his haters time and time again, that he is a lyrical force to be reckoned with. But long before Marshall Mathers made his official introduction into mainstream hip-hop, the young MC was not only trying to rap his way out of the slums, but surprisingly to some people, Eminem was a young Christian who rapped about positive things such as God and the struggles of everyday life as someone growing up in poverty. Before Eminem signed to Dr. Dre, Eminem released an album mostly only known to some of his true fans, which was called Infinite. On one song on the album that was titled It's Okay, Eminem raps, "But in the midst of this insanity, I found my Christianity. Through God, and there's a wish he granted me. He showed me how to cope with the stress and hope for the best instead of moping depressed." There is no doubt in my mind that Eminem was always a talented lyricist, as even on the Infinite album, you can hear how skillful he actually was. But something after this album changed Marshall. Eminem was not receiving the attention and feedback he actually wanted. Eminem wanted more, and in his mind, he wasn't going to get there by being the positive young Christian man that he was. It was at this point in his life that many theorists believed that Eminem may have gotten impatient and did the unthinkable. Eminem decided to sell his soul to the devil to become one of the greatest musical talents the world has ever seen. And in doing so, he allowed himself to be possessed by an evil entity or demon that calls himself Slim Shady. As crazy as it might sound to some people, there is actually a lot of proof, no pun intended, that can back up these claims, including Eminem admitting it himself.
I reached a point when my daughter was born where I didn't give up anymore. I didn't care. I just was like, I was fed up with so much shit. I knew I had a baby on the way that before she was born, and once she was born, I couldn't afford to buy her diapers. I couldn't afford to do anything. I lost my job. I was working different jobs, temporary service, all kinds of jobs just to try to make ends meet. Didn't have anything, got evicted from the house I was staying at and really reached a point where I just hit rock bottom, so I stopped giving a fuck.
Between facing the failure of his first album, Infinite, and his everyday life struggle as a young white kid in Detroit, Eminem decided to himself that he would absolutely do anything to make it, including unleashing his dark side and selling his soul for fame and riches. On his next album, the good kid Marshall was no more, and the evil spirit known as Slim Shady was now in full control.
Eminem. No. Eminem. No.
When it comes to the evil demonic spirit known as Slim Shady, many people might write it off as just being a persona that Eminem created to have an excuse to say all the wicked and evil things he raps about in his music. But when it comes down to it, Eminem himself lets his fans and listeners know that this just simply isn't the case. The very first track of the Slim Shady EP makes it clear that Eminem is being hunted and possessed by this evil entity. Although at this point in his life, Eminem doesn't verbally admit that he's being possessed, by listening to the intro track of the Slim Shady EP, it is blatantly obvious for anyone who is truly paying attention. But if that isn't enough evidence for you, then we should only need to reference you to another song Eminem created as a bonus track for his Relapse album, titled My Darling. On this track, you can once again hear the demonic spirit known as Slim Shady speaking to Eminem. As Eminem tries to fight off this spirit on this song, which is a back and forth conversation between Marshall and Slim Shady, at one point Eminem gets frustrated and he shoots the mirror in an attempt to kill the evil entity. Eminem then says, "Okay, I'm still alive." The demonic spirit Slim Shady then replies, "So am I too. You can't kill a spirit even if you tried to. You sold your soul to me. Need I remind you? You remember that night you prayed to God. You give anything to get a record deal. Well, Dre signed you." Eminem also says on this song that the dark shall emerge from the fiery depths of hell, then swallow the shell, all the hollow who dwell in the shadows of all who are willing to sell their soul for this rap game. And it goes 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. That ain't the hook. Now follow me. For those who didn't catch that, 1 2 3 equals the number 6. So by Eminem saying 1 2 3 3 times, he is actually saying 666. This is Eminem's clear way of letting you know how he sold his soul and how you can do the same, which is why he says, "Follow me."
1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. That ain't the hook. Now follow me.
When it comes to demonic celebrities who possibly sold their soul, many people think of artists like Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. But a lot of people have forgot about Dre. Artist, record producer, and entrepreneur Andre Young is directly responsible for giving Eminem a platform which bolstered his rap career to new heights. It doesn't take much research to discover the horrifying satanic truth about the evil doctor. Dr. Dre has not only been exposed by one of the greatest rappers of all time, Tupac Shakur, aka Machiavelli, but he has also exposed himself in his own music throughout the years. Before and after the death of Machiavelli, many artists who were signed to death row went their own way, including Dr. Dre. Many theorists, myself included, believes that the East Coast versus West Coast rap feuds was secretly about the Illuminati taking over hip-hop. Many East Coast rap artists were already sold out or willing to sell out to the Illuminati, while many West Coast rap artists wanted to remain independent from the Illuminati, who wanted to control and change rap music forever. Unfortunately, Dr. Dre was more than willing to completely sell out to the Illuminati, which is the primary reason why Machiavelli decided to take shots at the Doctor on his last album, which he titled The Don Killuminati, putting a K in front of the Illuminati, meaning kill the Illuminati. On the fourth track, To Live and Die in LA, which was also one of the singles for the album, Machiavelli, formerly known as Tupac, can be heard saying, "California Love, Part 2, without Dre." This statement alone may not mean much to the average listener, but when you consider the fact that the Don Killuminati album was Machiavelli's last album, which he created to go after every artist he probably believed to be down with the Illuminati, including Jay-Z, Nas, and P. Diddy, along with the questionable interview Suge Knight did on the Howard Stern show, which revealed some shocking information about Tupac and Dr. Dre, the picture becomes a lot clearer.
He basically put a restraining order against me.
Who did this?
Andre. And only people I know you put a restraining order against somebody unless it's a battered woman, like a wife, a baby mama. I didn't know a so-called gangster rapper would go put a restraining order against another man.
Right. It's very, because I know the way
Is that why you're saying he's gay?
I'm saying he's gay because there's a guy named Bruce and they've been sleeping together for years.
Oh.
And we had a meeting. We had these meetings in the red room, right? And once we had these meetings, you had to put everything on the table. Everybody had some drinks, and wouldn't nobody lie. Because if anybody get caught lying, it was always a consequence.
Right.
So Tupac stood up and said, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of this. Dre used the fact. Dre said, first of all,
right,
I'm not a fact. He said, okay, well then you're a homosexual. He said, I'm not a homosexual. I'm bisexual.
These meetings are
so
something
he
else.
said, you bisexual. He said, see, that's another thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be doing songs with a guy who's pounding other guys in the butt. then Dre said, Pac, I thought you was smart. You still dumb. If I want to pound some butt, I can do a woman. I'm a bisexual because I like to get my cheekbones blew out. I like to get pounded in the butt.
Oh my!
Well, let me just say,
what a meeting.
let me say something about this meeting, because you're bringing us into the inner workings of a record company. A lot of people aren't used to this.
Really?
A lot of us live normal lives.
At that time, I was owed money, but they wasn't paying it. You know what I'm saying? I think they were trying to starve me out. As hard as you work for your money, there's at least 2 or 3 people out there working just as hard to get it from you.
I was there when Dre told me he would sell his soul to the devil for $1 million. And I swear right now, devil got to have a receipt for his ass.
If there was ever a doubt in your mind that Eminem sold his soul for fame and riches, then all you have to do is study his lyrics. Eminem has some of the darkest and eeriest lyrics I've ever heard come from the mouth of any rapper. Marshall has not only admitted he sold his soul in several of his songs, but he is also known for rapping about some of the most twisted and bizarre satanic things that are so bad that YouTube would never let any of his content creators repeat it. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to if I could. So what I will do is share some of the creepiest lyrics I've heard Eminem say. But trust me, the lyrics I share with you today are only the tip of the iceberg. Eminem's lyrics go deeper and darker than what I'm about to share with everyone. There are many Eminem songs and lyrics that I can share that would instantly prove that Marshall Mathers sold his soul to the devil, mostly because Eminem never hides the fact that he has done so. He just comes right out and says it, like the song Say Goodbye to Hollywood, which featured on his album The Eminem Show. In this song, Eminem raps these lyrics. It's like the boy in the bubble who never could adapt. I'm trapped. If I could go back, I never would have rapped. I sold my soul to the devil. I'll never get it back. I just want to leave this game with level head intact. In another Eminem song, which is an unreleased track called Demons Inside, Eminem raps about being possessed by demons and making a deal with the devil. He starts off by saying, I'm possessed by evil demons that torture me while I'm sleeping. I keep dreaming of death and I'm hearing people screaming. The devil's spirit's trapped inside me and I want it out. I'm on the couch bleeding to death in a haunted house. Eminem finishes this short song with these creepy lyrics. It got silent. Then all these voices said, come follow me into the gates of hell. I heard him yell, welcome to the Norman Bates Motel. I ring the bell for service and I was greeted by his mother, covered in dry blood, head still dented from the shovel. I said I need a room so I can try to get some rest. She gave me the keys to the best suite and a bag of cess and told me that's just for starters. Satan will be in to see me later to see if I'm interested in being partners. If you think this song was just made for your entertainment or shock value, then what about his song Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas? On this song, Eminem raps these lyrics. I done said a lot of things in my day, I admit it. This is payback in a way, I regret it that I did it. I done won a couple Grammys, but I sold my soul to get them. I can literally do a whole video quoting Eminem in his satanic lyrics. As I stated before, the lyrics I'm sharing now only begin to scratch the surface when it comes to the satanic truth about Marshall Mathers and how he sold his soul. But aside from Eminem admitting the truth in his rhymes, he also leaves us plenty of clues in his secret hidden symbolism found in his music videos.
Knock, knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been.
Music videos for a lot of music fans come off as harmless and fun entertainment, but many theorists, myself included, will argue that most music videos contain hidden symbolism that is dark, satanic, and often just flat out inappropriate, especially for young viewers. Some artists over the years have even been confronted about the subliminal messages found in their videos, with some artists owning up to it and others claiming that they have nothing to do with it at all. They just show up to the video shoot and are told what to do.
So if I shoot a video live and I look behind you, I have these statues behind you. You don't know these 2 statues behind you. Look, turn around. You don't know them behind you.
Right.
I'm the director. I'm shooting this shit. You don't know this behind you. titty boy. You Jay-Z. You just standing here with your clothes on and your hue blow. You don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm shooting this shit right here, boom. You leave, boom. People go online and say Vlad is an Illuminati. And guess what happened? The views go up. The views don't help Vlad. The views help me, the fucking director.
Whatever the case may be, many music videos have been exposed over the years for the satanic themes and messages found in these videos. So many, in fact, that it's undeniable that the symbolism exists and could be harmful and dangerous to the subconscious mind. These demonic subliminal messages are not only carefully hidden in music videos, but can be found in movies and TV shows as well. Eminem is an artist who is not afraid to admit and own up to his dark artistry. And most of his music videos are a reflection of the darkness that Eminem wrestles with on a daily basis. In the music video for the song Venom, you can clearly see that people are being demonically possessed through Eminem's music. Eminem even throws up the devil horn several times during the video while saying, "Knock knock, let the devil in," at the beginning of each verse. It is also important to note that Eminem's CD is depicted as a black alien goo, which is causing everyone to become possessed that comes into contact with it. On Up TV, I've done several videos in the past exposing the true meaning behind the black goo symbolism. So for those who think that this is just a Spider-Man Venom thing, please think again. I've shown how the black goo has shown up in movies, TV shows, video games, and even music videos. The symbolism is always the same. The black goo always demonically possesses the person who comes into contact with it. If you want to know more about the black goo, then check out my video where I break down the truth about the movie It. Doing the song and video for Venom was only one more way out of the countless ways Eminem has shown us that he himself is demonically possessed with an evil entity, and how he is using his music to do the same to his listeners and fans. You can see this same symbolism in his music video with Joyner Lucas' Lucky You. In the middle of the video, Eminem notices how his fans or followers are doing exactly everything he is doing. Notice how again they all have black goo faces, which I believe represents the black goo, and red eyes, which obviously represents being demonically possessed. Eminem is an entertainer that does more than hides the truth in plain sight. He takes the truth and throws it in your face, while knowing most people will ultimately consume it every day while believing it's just mindless entertainment. Almost every Eminem music video is filled with satanic, demonic, Illuminati imagery. It is truly hard to miss. But probably one of the creepiest things I've seen in any Eminem music video from Eminem was one called Like Toy Soldiers. In this video, which was originally released in 2005, it eerily predicted the exact way the Detroit rapper known as Proof passed away. While some people believe that this was just merely art imitating life, many theorists believe that this was indeed an Illuminati blood sacrifice. When you begin to take a deep dive down the rabbit hole, you will discover that there are many creepy ways in which the so-called elite keeps control over all these famous people, and Eminem is no exception. Due to a terrible drug addiction, Eminem entered rehab in 2005, hoping to free himself from all of his addictions. But is it possible that Eminem never actually went to rehab, but instead was taken off the scene by the powers that be to his secret MK Ultra programming site? Major celebrities have openly talked about MK Ultra, and according to Roseanne Barr, MK Ultra rules in Hollywood. When you open your eyes, you begin to notice that MK Ultra shows up in many music videos. You have to wonder if this is simply a coincidence, or is your favorite artist trying to tell you something? Many theorists believe that Eminem was beginning to wake up, and evidence of this can be found on his 2004 album Uncut. The song Mosh, along with the music video, was clearly made to be an anti-Illuminati song. Not only did Eminem use this song in video to expose the United States government, especially the Bushes, but he also told his fans that it was time to stand up and fight against the powers that be. He even made it clear that this song and video could cost him his life, saying, "The stars and stripes, they've been swiped, washed out and wiped, and replaced with his own face. Mosh now or die. If I get sniped tonight, you know why, 'cause 'Cause I Told You to Fight. Not long after going against the Illuminati, Eminem goes into rehab, which everyone knows is code for a MK Ultra programming site. Was Eminem actually kidnapped and reprogrammed by the so-called elite? His album cover for Recovery seems to suggest so, where you can see Eminem trapped in a room with big corporate buildings behind him, probably symbolizing the place where his Illuminati masters keep an ever-watchful eye on their puppet.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Here on Up TV, I made a documentary called Stop Human Cloning, and in this documentary I discuss how Eminem subliminally points out how he has been cloned on songs like The Real Slim Shady, which is another major way that theorists believe how the elite can control celebrities. They take the artist to a secret cloning facility where they are killed and cloned. This is why celebrities tend to have a completely different appearance from before, and why some of their tattoos come up missing or not in the same exact spot on their body as it was before. While this technology might seem like something straight out of science fiction, you can actually Google a cloning facility called Clone Aid, in which they claim that they have successfully cloned a human and that they have been doing it for many years now. But it's not just mind control or human cloning we have to worry about, but we always have to worry if these celebrities have fell victim to transhumanism. Over the years, many music artists and other celebrities have claimed that they have had a chip put in their brain to control them. What's even more creepy is the fact that there was actually an episode of Black Mirror starring Miley Cyrus that played on this theme of celebrities being controlled by brain tech and artificial intelligence. In this music video for Rap God, Eminem not only shows his brain hooked up to a machine like in the movie The Matrix, but he also raps some pretty eerie lyrics, saying things like, "They said I rap like a robot, so call me Rapbot. Everybody want the key and the secret to rap immortality like I have got, but for me to rap like a computer must be in my genes." And while this may also seem like something straight out of science fiction, you should know that Elon Musk is currently working on this technology for every human being on the planet. The elite will sell the people this technology by calling it the next evolution of humankind, saying things like, without merging with AI, then AI will one day become superior to us. So the only way to keep up with AI in the coming singularity is to become a transhuman by merging ourselves with technology. This year, Eminem continues to create new music, releasing his new album, Music to Be Murdered By, on January 17th of 2020. Nothing has really changed as Eminem continues to rap about his inner demons on songs like Godzilla, where he says, "You don't want to be the enemy of the demon who went into me." Godzilla is a monster, which is ultimately a demon from the pits of hell. Since the release of this album, we have been plagued with many terrible things this year, like the death of Kobe Bryant, talks about World War III, the Rona, which many believe is spreading because of Bill Gates, and with great reason, along with the police state and the death of many everyday citizens by the hands of the police. Perhaps Eminem knew that 2020 was going to be a year filled with death, or some would say murder. Perhaps he wanted to make an album for us all to be murdered by.
Man, stop. Look what I'm planning.
But what are your thoughts? Did Eminem sell his soul to the devil? Is Eminem demonically possessed by an evil entity called Slim Shady? Is Eminem under some form of mind control, or has Eminem been killed and cloned? Or does he have a microchip in his brain allowing him to be controlled like a robot or rap bot? Sound off in the comment section and let me know. And because there will be no Up TV without viewers like you, I would like to give a special shout out to anyone who has supported this channel in any type of way, especially over the last 5 months. Your support means the world to me, so thank you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, as it truly helps this channel to continue to grow. This is Devin with Up TV. I love you, family. Give your life to Yeshua, and I'll holla at y'all later. Peace.
To introduce Marshall Mathers. Some of you may know him as Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday night crew with our music intro starting next Saturday night. But folks, I want to take you to the world premiere of one of his new videos called Berserk. Take a listen. It's headed for the top of the charts. Rick Rubin, who was helping produce that with you, Marshall, when you did that?
Yeah, sorry. Live TV. Live TV freaks me out a little bit.
Thank you for watching Up TV. If you like this video and would love to see more, check out these great videos here. And don't forget to subscribe to Up TV and Up TV 2 for even more great videos.